I stare at my phone, my hands trembling so violently I nearly dropped it. The email from my mother had just 2 sentences, but they detonated like grenades in my chest. Amanda Richardson is co-hosting the charity gala this year. Please, for everyone's sake, stay away. Amanda Richardson, the woman who destroyed my family, the woman who seduced my father, shattered my parents' 30-year marriage, and then had the audacity to play victim when everything imploded. And now she was co-hosting the most prestigious event in our city, standing where my mother should have been standing, smiling that perfect veneer smile while everyone pretended to forget what she'd done. I should have listened to my mother. I should have stayed home. But rage is a funny thing. It doesn't listen to reason. It doesn't care about consequences. And it certainly doesn't follow the rules of polite society. So instead of deleting that email and moving on with my life, I did something I'd been planning in the darkest corners of my mind for 3 years. I bought a ticket to that gala. I put on my most devastating dress, the black one that made me look like I'd walked straight out of film noir, and I walked through those gilded doors with one purpose: to make Amanda Richardson understand that actions have consequences. The ballroom was exactly as I remember from years past when my mother organized these events. Crystal chandeliers casting prismatic light across marble floors, champagne flowing like water, and the city's elite mingling in their designer clothes and practiced small talk. And there she was, Amanda, in a silver gown that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent, her blonde hair swept up in an elegant chignon, holding court near the auction tables like she owned the place, like she belonged there, like she hadn't stolen someone else's life. Our eyes met across the room, and I watched her face transform. First recognition, then shock, then something that looked almost like fear. Good. She should be afraid. She started moving toward me, probably hoping to defuse whatever bomb she sensed I was carrying. The crowd parted around her like she was royalty, and within seconds she was standing right in front of me, her perfume expensive, suffocating, filling the space between us. Sarah. Her voice was soft, almost pleading, her perfectly manicured hand reaching toward my arm. I stepped back before she could touch me, and something dangerous must have shone in my eyes because she froze. Don't, I said quietly, but with enough venom that she actually flinched. Don't you dare say my name like we're old friends catching up. I know you're angry, but this isn't the place. Isn't the place? I laughed, and head started turning. You mean this isn't the place for honesty? For truth? You're right, Amanda. This crowd prefers pretty lies, don't they? They'd rather sip champagne and pretend you're just another socialite instead of the woman who... Please. Her composure was cracking now, her voice desperate. Please don't do this. But I was already reaching into my clutch, pulling out the envelope I'd been carrying like a talisman. Inside were copies, beautiful, damning copies, of text messages, emails, bank statements. Evidence of every lie she'd told, every manipulation she'd orchestrated, including the ones nobody knew about, the charity funds she'd redirected, the business deal she'd sabotaged to benefit my father's company, the anonymous tip to the press that destroyed my mother's reputation. I spent 3 years gathering this, I told her, watching the color drain from her face. 3 years being patient. 3 years waiting for the perfect moment. The microphone was only 20 feet away. The reporters always attended these galas. And Amanda Richardson, for all her charm and beauty and calculated moves, had finally made a fatal mistake. She'd assumed I would be like everyone else, too polite, too afraid of making a scene, too invested in maintaining the status quo to actually fight back. She assumed wrong. I walked toward that microphone, and Amanda's desperate wait followed me like a ghost. But ghosts don't stop justice. And tonight, the truth was going to shine brighter than any chandelier in this room.